Okay, Husky fans, NCAA tournament time again, and not in basketball, also in wrestling. So I'm Michael Benson. With me once again is head wrestling coach Ryan Ludwig. Coach, thanks for coming out. Talk a little bit about this tournament. I mean, you've competed at the NCAA level, coached at Division II, and also coached at Division I now. What makes this event so unique and special?
Yeah, when you get to the national championship events at any level, it's obviously the most special time of year and the acme of the wrestling experience as far as competitiveness goes. The NCAA Division I Championships are the epitome of what it's all about as a collegiate wrestler. These kids have worked their tails off all year long for the opportunity to go stand for 3 days and find out who's who. 33 guys in the middle of one arena in front of 20,000 fans in one weekend. It's an unbelievably electrifying atmosphere and everybody's fired up, and it's what it's all about. It's the culmination of all the kids' hard work, and once you step in that arena and get suited up for battle, there's nothing more exciting in college wrestling.
Now, for the 43rd straight year, yes, that streak started in 1972, the Huskies are at this tournament. Two guys this year, two seniors, Nick Smith, Rob Gillard. Talk about Nick here first. He's come close the last 3 years, and now that he's finally made it as a senior, what does that mean for him, and how rewarding is that for you as a coach?
Unbelievably rewarding. Not only for us as a staff, I've seen what Nick's gone through, but especially for Nick and his family. This guy has been a tireless worker for us. The kid he does everything right. He works as hard as any guy I've ever seen and coached. Great attitude, and just one of those guys that you want to see do well because he puts everything into it, Mike. He's battled so many injuries over the last 3 years, and it always seems to happen at a clutch time for him where we're heading into the MAC championship, and all of a sudden he turns his ankle, and we're battling that the whole weekend. So he's fallen short the last 3 years, and it's been heart-wrenching. This year, fortunately, we were able to get him healed up with only minimal nicks and bruises heading to the MAC tournament. He did what he was capable of. So we've got him healthy right now. We're feeling great heading into the NCAA tournament and happy to have the opportunity.
Okay. Now, Rob's case, he qualified for the tournament as a freshman at Liberty. Liberty then, as you know, discontinues their program. And so he's trying to get his way back up there. He got close as a sophomore and as a junior. Finally breaks through again as a senior year. And so I guess you could say he kind of comes full circle. What does this mean for him?
Yeah, it means, again, it's bookends on his career. Got there as a freshman, and again returns as a senior. Now Rob's case is a little bit unique as a freshman, true freshman at Liberty, qualified at 125. Then they dropped their program. He came to us and we bumped him to 133. I mean, all the kid was doing was cutting weight down to 125. He was sucking weight all week. He wasn't getting any better. Okay, so what we did with Rob is we decided to step back, kind of really manage his wrestling style, dig into his technique and where he's best. And Rob is a very good wrestler. He just needed to know how to feed himself correctly, how to train correctly. And since then, Mike, he's moved up from 125 to 149, which is relatively unheard of at the Division I level. So he's had some time and some adjustments to make in creeping up those weight classes because it is a big difference. But he's worked tirelessly to hone his technique, to hone his match strategy, and it's an unbelievably rewarding experience for Rob to close his career with an opportunity at the NCAAs.
Okay. Well, let's break it down with the brackets now. Nick Smith's first matchup, 8th seed, David Thorne of Minnesota. Minnesota, obviously, you know, it's a big-time program up there in the land of 10,000 lakes. How does Nick match up against Thorne in the first round?
Yeah, I mean, let me say this first. Minnesota's tough. Everybody knows that. Everybody's tough. It doesn't matter where you're from, what singlet you have on. You're one guy of 33 in that national tournament bracket. You are tough, okay? So you have to go in there knowing as an individual that you're the bad draw. Okay, you have to scout your opponent, understand what he's capable of, but mainly focus on what you can do. And if you can push the pace, stick to your plan, not let the excitement of the environment get to you, go on and wrestle your match, that's when I think guys have a good chance to shake people up in the first round. Now Thorne is an extremely tough opponent. He's ranked the 8th seed, and he is legit. He's extremely tough. But I think Nick has an unbelievable gas tank on him, and we're looking to really stay within our style and take it deep with Thorne and hopefully come out with our hand raised.
All right. Now for Rob, he's got Gus Seiko of Virginia in his first matchup. Obviously Rob is an East Coast wrestler. He went to high school in New Jersey. Seiko also from the East Coast. How does that match up?
I think we're looking for a couple of East Coast guys, like you say. A lot of times what that transitions into is a lot of big action. Okay, both these guys are capable of scoring a lot of points in a short amount of time. So I think they're going to feel each other out for a little bit, and I think Seiko's got some devastating offense on his feet. We're going to have to neutralize that a bit and be able to get to ours. Stay within our box, like we like to say. But both of these guys are capable of big moves, throwing up, and not only takedowns, but back points involved as well. So it's going to be a bit of a strategy game, but I think when these guys loosen up and start tangling a bit, I think it's going to be a very fun match to watch.
You can follow along with the tournament, the entire tournament. You can watch every single match on the ESPN family of networks on either ESPN, ESPNU, or online on ESPN3.com. You can also follow along online on @NIU Scores and @NIU Wrestling.